the west of Salina, Kansas, 87 degrees right now. Dodge City at 100, farther off to the north, and Kearney, those temperatures well above average. These are the severe thunderstorm warnings just along and north of Interstate 70. Look at all that pink, even some purple moving through Russell, Kansas. That's likely some very large hail. Could be in excess of 1 inch in diameter. Also farther up to the north near Luray and likely just off to the east of Osborne. Russell County there in Kansas, you've got a severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 5:30 Central Time. So another hour or so left on those severe thunderstorms. An indication that we're expecting the intensity of these storms to persist, and we'll see more of them. That's why the National Weather Service has issued the severe thunderstorm watch on opposite sides of Interstate 70 in Kansas, all the way up into southern parts of Nebraska, south of I-80. Again, just indicating that conditions are favorable for the development of powerful thunderstorms that'll be producing severe weather threats. So here we go. Through this evening, you've got the area that I was just showing you and another spot farther off to the north, northeastern parts of South Dakota, far southeastern North Dakota, and much of central Minnesota. That red shading here is where severe weather is likely later on this evening. It's a little bit delayed as compared to what we're seeing already occurring down in Kansas. Damaging wind gusts, those will be the greatest risk that we see with these storms, but some large hail a possibility. FUTURETRACK shows you the timing. You've got this cluster. This is 9 p.m. Central Time. That's already getting started. We saw that on radar. Fairly quiet outside of this line of storms that'll be developing eastern parts of central Minnesota. That coverage should grow latter portion of this evening and into the overnight hours tonight. Some powerful storms, eastern parts of the Dakotas, and then persisting as we head into the overnight hours across portions of central Minnesota.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.